Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy.
You are listening to Phantasm Podcast.
Hey, this is Trevor Sternad.
Ryan H. back from the Black Dahlia murder.
Tom Gabriel Moyer. Derek Green from Simple Tour.
Ross Dolan from Immolation.
We are Gorgasm.
Aerosmith from Predator.
This is Ernie C. of Body Count.
Terrence from Suffocation.
Phantasm Podcast.
Join your host Corey Gorchrist and Dr. Vincent West for exclusive interviews with the sickest bands in metal and more. Head over to cultofphantasm.com, the only gravesite for all things horror and death metal. No filler, all killer.
What the fuck is up, and welcome to the Phantasm Podcast. I'm Corey Gorchrist. With me, and a very special happy birthday to Dr. Vincent West.
Hello, how are you, sir? Thank you for taking the time to do this.
Of course. And on the screen here, a very iconic film, 100 years before the story begins, is A Time of Darkness in Transylvania. A time when Dr. Abraham Van Helsing and a small band of freedom fighters conspired to rid the world of vampires and monsters, and to save mankind from the forces of eternal evil. They blew it. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a special birthday episode. This is one of the Doctor's favorite movies. And I'll let the Doctor introduce it to you, if you don't already know by the intro. Or by the title
I saw
of it.
this movie at the theater as a kid, and I've always loved it because all my friends were fascinated with the movie Goonies, and I like the movie Goonies, but this is my favorite childhood movie, and it's The Monster Squad.
Once upon a time, it was one monster per movie. Those were the good old days.
We're the Monster Squad. Awesome.
Only one way to kill a werewolf.
Kick him in the nose! Do it! Wolfman Scott Mars!
The Monster Squad, rated PG-13.
1987, Fred Dekker, of course. Just awesome movie, more for the weird kids. I really liked horror movies and the whole Goonies thing also, and this was more geared towards that, and it's a cool movie, man. It's so much fun, and it has a really good cast that's often forgettable, but really always stuck out to me, and I think, this film needs more credit than it gets, and it's just a lot of fun, and the cast is great, and a lot of really fun moments in it. It's just good overall. It's a great movie. Just the entire time, it's a lot of fun. You see Tom Noonan as Frankenstein. They got
I'm proud to say I have Tom Noonan as a friend on Facebook, and I've never spoke to him.
Let's see here. Brief synopsis. Pretty much, young group of monster fanatics attempt to save their hometown from Count Dracula and his monsters. Basically, looking after this, it's like amulet, if you will. Not even the correct term. It's like a stone or whatever. It's pretty much the premise of the movie. It's just like Goonies, really. But honestly, it's nothing like it, but it has similarities to where if you were to really...
the makeup for this.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. If you could really compare it to anything, that's the easiest way for the average moviegoer to be like, what's this movie like? And be like, it's like a horror movie version of the Goonies. It's got the Universal monsters as, whatever. Shane Black directed it, or wrote it with Fred Dekker, who directed it, of course. Shane Black, who fucked up that last Predator movie, which is an absolute fucking god-awful turd, but this was one of the only things he did that I liked. We can get right into some trivia here. There you see Dracula right there, which is a lot of fun. Which is, what the hell's his name? It's, Duncan Regier. It's from British Columbia. And I think all these guys are still kicking, too. The monsters, anyway. Which is pretty rad. I'd have to double check on that, but... 1987, Fred Dekker, of course. Brief synopsis. Pretty much, young group of monster fanatics attempt to save their hometown from Count Dracula and his monsters. And basically looking after this, it's like amulet, if you will. Yeah, I like the history in the beginning of this, too. We see Dracula and all this stuff. It's awesome. Liam Neeson was paid for a bit part that was never shot. There's some trivia for you here, which is very interesting.
What's that?
It said Liam Neeson was paid for a bit part that was never shot. So he was supposed to be in a little role in this, which would have been very interesting.
I bet he was probably Van Helsing.
Probably. Which I love him in this film too. It's just really cool. The whole intro is amazing, you know. It's pretty scary, like that vampire chick.
My favorite movie from Fred Dekker is Night of the Creeps. This is mine.
I'd have to agree with this too. I mean, you know, we did the Night of the Creeps thing, and you know, I get it with the whole movie. I love Tom Atkins in it, but it's just not, you know, exploding heads with fucking alien leeches in it. It's just not the same, you know. Give me this all day long, even with just the straight up Van Helsing shit, and then, you know, it's awesome. The scene where Dracula lifts Phoebe up and she screams was done in one take. Duncan wouldn't wear his red contacts or fangs around the 5-year-old, which was Ashley Bank, because it scared her too much. For the scene, director Fred Dekker just told Ashley to scream once the platform raised her. When she asked when, Dekker told her, "Oh, you'll know," and then proceeded to shoot. Terrified scream you hear when Dracula opens his eyes is Ashley's genuine scream of fright, which I think is right here, actually, what they're about to show. Yeah.
Well, no, what you're talking about seeing in the movie.
Oh, right, with Phoebe. Phoebe's older. According to director Fred Dekker, Shane Black's first draft of the screenplay was so huge that the opening of the film featured Van Helsing accompanied by zeppelins and hundreds of men on horseback storming Dracula's castle. Dekker stated that this sequence would have cost more than the final budget of the film. Sounds about right. After about a year after the Monster Squad was finished, Shane Black and Fred Dekker worked together again writing Shadow Company. The script was to be an action horror film about a group of U.S. Special Forces soldiers who died during the Vietnam War, and years later, the soldiers, who are members of secret army experiments, rise up from the graves as rotting, unstoppable zombies. The zombie soldiers would have raided the armory from a nearby army base and then proceeded to destroy the town in which they were buried, killing everyone in it. The movie was going to be directed by John Carpenter sometime in 1989, produced by Walter Hill, and with Kurt Russell in the main role, but it was never made. The original script by Black and Dekker did gain a cult following by theirs and Carpenter's fans. That is fucking insane. And I never knew that.
Can I just say something about that real quick?
Jesus Christ.
That sounds like the most amazing movie that was never made.
Fucking Kurt Russell is some, like, zombie Vietnam soldier, and then it was directed by John Carpenter. It was written by Fred Dekker.
Good God.
Can you imagine that? I'm gonna have to read. I'm gonna have to read that over. Actually,
that's the coolest thing you've ever read the entire time we've done this podcast.
I had no idea that existed.
Do you know how on board I would be to see that, like right now?
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna read that over again because I think everyone that heard that, unless you just knew that, I didn't know that. The doctor didn't even know that. So
no, I knew of it. I knew of that project, but I never knew the basis for it.
I'm just going to read it again. The script was
By the way, I'm the one on the screen wearing the Stephen King Rules shirt.
Yes, you are. It's fucking Sean or whatever.
Yep.
Andre Gower.
Sean is who I want.
Sean's cool. Speaking of Sean, shout out to Sean Clark. Last time we saw him, he was wearing that shirt. Had the Stephen King Rules shirt on. We want Horror Hound to come back, and very soon, so please and thank you. The script was to be an action horror film about a group of U.S. Special Forces soldiers who died during the Vietnam War, and years later, the soldiers, who are members of secret army experiments, rise up from the graves as rotting, unstoppable zombies. The zombie soldiers would have raided the armory from a nearby army base and then proceeded to destroy the town in which they were buried. killing everyone in it. The movie was going to be directed by John Carpenter sometime in 1989, produced by Walter Hill, and with Kurt Russell in the main role.
And literally sounds like could have been John's best film.
And in 89, he would have needed that kind of movie too, you know.
Right, which means that thing would have came out in 90.
Yep. It's insane. God damn.
It actually makes me a little sick to my stomach that doesn't exist.
Yeah, and it never will be. No, they couldn't pull it off now.
Not now.
No. And with Kurt Russell in his prime then, too.
You know what's going to happen, though? It'll get made next year by J.J. Abrams. He's going to pick up that script, and he'll cast some fucking douchebag.
Probably. It'll be some young douchebag. Near the start of the movie, the plane where Dracula first appears has Browning written on the side. This is a nod to director Todd Browning, who directed Dracula in 1931. The Wolfman's face was modeled after that of Stan Winston. It's actually supposed to look like him, I guess. According to the director... Yeah. According to the director Fred Dekker, the film was cut by 13 minutes because some executives didn't want it to run more than 90 minutes. Actor Brent Challam, who portrayed Horace, which is the fat kid, tragically died of pneumonia in 1997. That's morbid. There are at least 2 versions of Michael Sembello's end credit song, and some versions dating back to VHS release days. There is a lyric referring to the gill man swimming in the pool. As of 2007, in the recent HD cable release, this is replaced simply by the creature from the Black Lagoon. Not as fun, but it's more straightforward, I guess. Andre Gower and Robbie Kiger were friends in real life before filming. Gower campaigned to the producers to hire Kiger in the best friend role of Patrick. It's hilarious. In 2006, Wizard magazine made a list of the 100 greatest villains of all time. Dracula was ranked as 30 on the list, but surprisingly it was for Duncan's performance in this film. His performance was chosen over all other versions of the character, meaning Dracula. Reiger's Dracula is still considered to be one of the absolute best interpretations. I wholeheartedly agree. I really love the Dracula in this movie. It's fucking awesome. Ashley Bank turned down the role in Fatal Attraction to play Phoebe. She probably made less money, but nevertheless became a cult actor. Which I think is better than making money in one film. The armadillos glimpsed in Dracula's castle at the very end, at the very beginning, are a reference to Dracula 1931, where they were shown crawling about while Bela Lugosi gave Dwight Fry a tour of his castle. Armadillos are indigenous to the Americas, and while their appearance in the Transylvanian castle is seen as a goof in an earlier film, they're obviously meant as an homage here. Very cool. You'll get a kick out of this one. Dustin Diamond had a small role as a kid who tries to trade baseball cards with the boys, but this was later cut.
Damn it.
It's fucking crazy. So, we could have had Screech in this film. As a kid trading.
Which would have been fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it would have made it even better. But, just trading baseball cards. Mary Ellen Trainor, who plays the mother of the lead siblings, also plays...
There's the Browning card I think you were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Mary Ellen Trainor, who plays the mother of the lead siblings, also plays a mother of the lead siblings' children in the Goonies. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, folks. I'm not saying I don't like the Goonies. I do like it, but I just prefer Monster Squad.
Yeah, me too. This one always stuck out more to me than that film. I always... Part of that Goonies just loses me. Like, I can never remember most of that movie. I remember this movie, like...
Do you want to hear a funny story about the Goonies?
Go for it.
When I was a kid, McDonald's was giving away this map, okay? To find One-Eyed Willie's treasure from that film.
Right.
And I've still got that fucking thing.
Really?
I do.
Holy shit. And it's worth a ton.
And it's just cool.
I would never sell it, but I'm sure it's worth a lot of money.
No, God, no. But what I was going to tell you about it is, convention I was at up where you're living a few years back. I was in town and I went to it, and Sean Astin was there, and I damn near knocked him down a set of stairs. I actually literally had to grab him and put him back on the stairs. He's so tiny. And I apologized like 20 times. He's like, "You're good, man." I was like, "Man, I'm so sorry." He's like, "What's your favorite movie? We'll change the subject." And I was like, honestly, Whitewater Summer with you and Kevin Bacon. He's just like, "Whoa, that's awesome." And he thought that was really cool. Whitewater Summer, if you guys ever get a chance to watch it, Sean Astin, Kevin Bacon, it's a summer movie. It's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Kevin Bacon is a psychotic boys counselor that takes these boys camping, and then they end up having to like stone him to death, and then they end up rescuing him. It's a really weird movie.
That is weird. I need to check it out.
It's good.
Yeah, you see the bat of Dracula escape from the plane there. Now he's chilling by the water. Let's see what else we got here. This movie came out 6 months before another movie written by Shane Black, Old Lethal Weapon. I always forget that he wrote that. He's written a lot of good shit. The brief scene where Frankenstein meets Phoebe playing by the water. I don't even need to read that. It's definitely an homage to the 1931 Karloff Frankenstein movie where girl's by the water or whatever with flour, and he ends up killing her. But that doesn't happen in this movie. But it's very similar to it. I'll read what it says anyway. It meets Phoebe, but playing by the water is a clear homage to a similar yet more tragic scene in the original Frankenstein film. The way in which the scene plays out in the film is, according to previous interviews, more on the line the way Boris Karloff wanted to do the scene in the original.
There's a Pieces poster on the wall.
Really?
I'm not even joking.
I think I saw it as soon as you said that. I looked up for a second.
I've never noticed it until this viewing of this film. There's straight up a Pieces poster. There's a Godzilla.
Yep. Human zombies rise from the... I can't see it. It keeps on flashing really fast.
You know what else is back there?
God damn it, Fred Dekker. I'm trying to fucking... have to hit pause on this bitch or something. There's a... No, I can't see what that is.
You know what else he had on the wall there that I thought was really interesting that I just saw?
Looked like The Burning. I couldn't tell, though.
No, you got a good eye. That's exactly what that was. And there was also a Texas 2 poster.
Oh. Yes, there was a Burning poster on the OGs. Very nice little treehouse the boys got going on here. The clubhouse, whatever they call it. But pretty badass.
Very cool.
Oh. They even said this one. Right as I'm looking at it, there is a poster for the Lucio Fulci film Zombie visible in the background of the clubhouse. I think I saw that, but it said Zombie something on there, but I couldn't tell. It didn't look like a normal poster.
But can I tell you the other cool poster that I just noticed for the first time in this film?
What's that?
This is fucking awesome, okay? As you guys may or may not know, I'm a huge comic book fan. There was a Man-Thing poster in the background.
That's awesome.
Which I personally think is fucking rad.
I'll tell you a really cool poster that's in a very weird movie. Like, it's not a weird movie, but it's weird that it was in the movie. And you never know if it's just the director or whoever was a fan of it and stuck it in there, or maybe they thought of it maybe for the characters. So in the movie Dirty Work, the comedy film, directed by Bob Saget, it's got Norm Macdonald, Artie Lang, it was Chris Farley's last movie. There's a scene where they, are trying to get revenge on these dudes they got in a bar fight with. So they posed as fake cops and called the real police to get them to beat up the real cops. Well, in the scene where they called them, there's a fucking Entombed poster in their dorm. And I always thought that was crazy because I had that very same poster.
In which movie?
In Dirty Work.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it's the same. I know exactly where that Entomb poster came from because I had the same one growing up. Because mind you, this was '98. That came from a Metal Maniacs magazine that I had, and I had that same Entomb poster. And it always stuck with me that I've always loved that movie. It's one of my all-time favorite films, but like the fact that poster was in it is just weird. And then another weird metal correlation in a random film. The film, and I probably mentioned it on the podcast before, but on the movie Matilda, the little brother, it's the movie with Danny DeVito or whatever, the little brother is wearing a fucking Napalm Death t-shirt, which is, I always thought was funny.
Okay, I've got one for you. There's a movie with the guy that plays Two-Face in The Dark Knight.
Oh, Aaron Eckhart.
He did this movie where he's like handicapped in this wheelchair, but he's like a psychic.
Yeah.
And he's also like a demonologist.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one came out a few years ago. Shit, I think I lost the doctor. We've already been talking 2 hours before this? Fuck. Hang on. Let me connect back with the doctor here. I think I lost him. Hopefully he realizes that we got knocked off course here. No, on the movie right now is jail scene there.
But that was annoying, wasn't it?
Sorry. Alright, go ahead.
I think it's called Incarnate.
Incarnate, that's it. It didn't come out that long ago. It's fairly new.
The entire film, okay?
Yeah.
You guys listening out there, if you watch this film, his assistant, which is like this 20-year-old, 25, 30-year-old kid, is wearing a decapitated shirt the entire film.
Amazing.
Funny story about this, when I interviewed Vogue a few years ago from Decapitated, I told him about that, and he actually had never seen it, and the band sat and watched it recently. According to Vogue, because I actually talked to him, we've got some stuff playing with Vogue here, hopefully soon, but anyway, they all sat down and watched it together and got hammered, and every time the shirt was on the screen, they did like a drinking game with it.
Jesus. That's actually really
he's
funny.
Wearing that fucking decapitated shirt the entire fucking film.
It's amazing.
I just thought it was cool.
It is pretty badass. Well, you get the metal nods. It doesn't happen often, It really doesn't. I mean, there's only a few. Yep, there's the Mummy, just fucking awesome. He was always my favorite one. I don't know why, but I just thought he was cool. During the montage with Monster Squad getting ready to stop Dracula, Sean points at where Shadowbrook Road is on the map to show his friend Patrick where the mansion Dracula is hiding out is. On the other side of the map, it says Chaney College as the location. This is an homage to actor Lon Chaney Jr., who played Lawrence Larry Talbot in Universal's The Wolfman. It has the same dead guys snuck up and walk away by themselves. Oh, shit. Line followed by a shot of the dead guy walking down a street as Night of the Creeps, also written and directed by Fred Dekker, so there's a nod to that. There is a Return of the Living Dead poster on the wall somewhere in there. Didn't see that one.
That's cool.
It is cool. Despite multiple...
Burger King.
Hell yeah. That's fucking retro-ass Burger King. It's getting that retro Whopper. See, despite...
You know, there's something interesting about Burger King?
What's that?
They're actually Canadian-owned now.
Really?
Google it, it's weird.
Huh. It's also got meaty hefts. Meaty hops. The movie is not based on or is a remake of Monster Squad from 1976. The short-lived TV show is about wax figures of three monsters that come to life and battle evil.
By the way, his partner in this movie, Sean's dad, the black police officer, he was actually in the movie Runaway with Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons.
Huh. Jason Harvey wears a Walter Payton shirt in this movie, while his on-screen brother from the Wonder Years, Fred Savage, wears a Walter Payton jersey in Princess Bride. Weird little correlation there.
Now, I'm going to tell you what, the makeup on the Wolfman, the Mummy's pretty chill, Frankenstein's awesome, and then Creature from the Black Lagoon looks rad.
Yeah, I always loved him too. Just badass.
But I'm a little partial to that because Creature from the Black Lagoon is my favorite Universal monster.
Yeah.
Second would be, can you guess my second favorite? Wolfman.
Yeah, Wolfman's the tits. I don't know, I've never really...
You know my least favorite Universal monster is Dracula.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I've never really sat down and thought about what my favorite movie monster would be. Well, my Universal monster.
Mine is Creature from the Black Lagoon. Second is Wolfman.
I'd probably go with Creature because it's the most interesting, and he's a fucking vicious motherfucker. I don't know, I like Frankenstein a lot. But not like the 30...
Yeah, Frank in this movie, ironically, is my favorite.
Yeah.
But my favorite Universal monster is Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. And I know I've seen that movie more than any of the other ones, so I'd probably lean towards that as my favorite, just because I've seen it the most.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And it's raunchy.
Now, the Frankenstein, my favorite Frankenstein movie is Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, that one's fucking awesome. But I'd have to go with him second, and Creature first. That would be my two, would be Creature and Frankenstein. And if I could pick a third, I'd probably go to Mummy. Mummy's the shit. But I don't know. Frankenstein. I love Dracula, but I like vampires more than just Dracula.
I mean, I love this Dracula. But
yeah, I do too. As far as all the other iterations, like the Bela Lugosi one, I don't know. Keanu Reeves. That's Frankenstein. Frankenstein's the shit. So yeah, I guess we've done 87 to death, but whatever. We'll try to make it short. We'll do it brief. Yeah, we'll do a brief altering the future here. We'll cue up the Chuck.
Altering the future.
As you guys have heard this a million times, but Altering the Future will take you back to the year our feature film was, which is 1987 in this episode. We've done a lot. We're going to do it again. We'll always do it. It's part of the show. So fuck off. I'll cover the movies, and the Doctor will cover the music. Try to run through this quick, since we've done it so many fucking times. And yeah, we'll just take you back to the time. A lot of movies are my favorite from this year. There's a lot of favorites that I have. We'll just do a few here, though. We're not going to do every single one. We'll do some that we've done. Masters of the Universe. Shout out to the Exhumed guys. Got The Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just one of Dr. West's favorites. Steel Dom, which we did for our Mother's Day episode. Shout out to all you moms. Bad Taste, which is Peter Jackson. It's a very weird, kooky movie, but it's awesome. Two of my favorite movies from this year. I'm leaving out one for last, which is Robocop and Predator. If you want to see me jizz my little fucking PJs, those two movies are it. They're some of my favorite movies. Dirty Dancing, Spaceballs, Hellraiser, which was one of the first episodes we ever did, and it was included the first episode, or the first interview we ever did, which was Brian, formerly of Vital Remains, so shout out to him. You got the Witches of Eastwick, Over the Top, that one's for the Doctor. Good Morning Vietnam, Harry and the Hendersons, which used to scare the living dog shit out of me when I was little, and I was already watching all this other shit, and that movie scared me to death. The Living Daylights, Prince of Darkness, shout out to Millie of Creator. And then the last one, I'll say Raising Arizona, that one's cool. Lethal Weapon. Yeah, Lethal Weapon, of course. Full Metal Jacket, Princess Bride, and then the final one, and I think it's the best movie of this year, 87, is The Lost Boys. Please put out a Pimp Daddy Blu-ray, thank you. Whoever, Shop Factory, Arrow, anybody. Please put out a Pimp Daddy sexy version of Lost Boys on Blu-ray. Thank you. That's it. That covers it. That's 1987 movies that came out the year that this came out. So there's a lot of good shit. I think this stands high on that list of all those releases as well. Now is this little Dr. West's room right here?
Yeah, because you see the Punisher poster in there?
Yep. I see it. You got the Speed Racer t-shirt?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty badass.
Oh, no, that's not a Speed Racer. That's Robotech, baby.
Is it Robotech?
That's Robotech.
Got the Mummy in the Closet. What else? You had the My Little Monster. You had that on the...
That's a straight-up Robotech. That's amazing.
What is that? Is that
Robotech was anime before anime was popular, kids.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a My Little Monster doll sitting there. Had a Raggedy Andy lamp. Mummy in your closet. Okay, and there's the Monster Squad when you see they're naming the Monster Squad here in their little clubhouse. An iconic moment. You got the doggo fucking chilling. It's a cool little moment here in the film. So yeah, music, 1987. Let's see what we got for that. The doctor work is magic here.
What's that?
Music.
I'm working on that.
1987. Oh. 1987. No. Let's see, the Rudy is played by Ryan Lambert. Let's see if they've done other stuff. Robbie Keeger. Most of them probably haven't done much since. I'd like to see if they've really... I know Tom Noonan still does shit. He's very much still involved in...
He's a great actor, man. He's in a bunch of...
He is.
Here's the reason I like Tom Noonan. Not only is he in this, but he's in a shitload, okay, of Michael Mann stuff.
Yeah.
Shitloads of it.
See, I know Jason Herbert, the guy who plays EJ. I've seen him in a ton of stuff. Dude, that was Wayne Arnold in Wonder Years. He's been in a ton of shit. Let's see, Ashley Bank. Smart Squad, she was on Frasier.
Okay, so, here we go, kids. Live in the Raw from Lost.
Fuck yeah.
Raise Your Fist and Yell. Really good, underrated Alice Cooper record. Triumph and Agony from Warlock. Tell No Tales from TNT. It's a Norwegian hair band that I like. Randy Rhoads Tribute from Ozzy Osbourne. The Garage Days EP from Metallica. Permanent Vacation from Aerosmith. I love Aerosmith. I saw them on that tour, and I'm going to tell you what, Aerosmith is not only, I think, a great band, and that may shock people out there that I like them. I really do like them a lot. They're very talented, and they put on a hell of a show.
They are great. I've always wanted to see them.
They were very loud, too. Cacophony, which is Jason Becker and Marty Friedman together in Speed Metal Symphony. One of my favorite bands of all time, The Cult, and their album Electric. Hold on a second, my thing froze up. My apologies. So The Cult, Electric. Let's see here. Corey's favorite Celtic Frost album.
Into the Pandemonium.
Join the Army from Suicidal Tendencies. Hysteria from Def Leppard. I know that's like pop stuff, but I liked it at the time. It was a good concert too.
I have it on cassette.
Animal House from Udo, the former singer of Accept. My favorite album from Armored Saint, Raising Fear. Arguably probably the best album of that year. I really like that record a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
The Eternal Idol from Black Sabbath. Another fantastic Tony Martin Black Sabbath album. Underrated shit. I love it a lot. Of course, the fantastic Dream Evil from Ronnie James Dio.
Yep.
Once Bitten from Great White. The self-titled Whitesnake album. I know it's weird, but it's really good.
It is good.
Lizzie Borden, Visual Lies, the best thing he ever did. And featuring on guitar, Joe Holmes, which was a Randy Rhoads student. So there's a weird correlation.
Huh.
Rock You to Hell from Grim Reaper. Let's see here. My favorite Exodus record, Pleasures of the Flesh.
It's good.
Girls, Girls, Girls from Motley Crue. I know it's hairband stuff, but I love that record. That record backwards. You can't go wrong with Motley Crue, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nightfall from Candlemass. The Ultraviolence from Death Angel. Crossover from DRI. Schizophrenia from Sepultura. Scum from Napalm Death. Taking Over from Overkill. Under the Sun of Something from Battery. Terrible Certainty from Creator. Persecution Mania from Sodom. Scream Bloody Gore from Death. Rock and Roll from Motorhead. Among the Living from Anthrax. Appetite for Destruction from Guns N' Roses. Hall of the Mountain King from Sabotage. Rest in Peace, Chris Olivia. Underrated guitarist. Keeper of the Seven Keys.
Halloween.
Abigail from King Diamond. Killing Technology from Voivod. The Legacy from Testament. And I got some of my honorable mentions here. One of my favorite records of this year, Fighting the World from Manowar. It's a go-to. I was listening to it last night. I love that record.
I've been on a little Manowar kick myself lately, honestly. I've been trying to listen to some more of the stuff.
Rest in Peace from Corner.
Listened to that too the other night.
And then you got to mention Back to the Attack. We're going to talk about 1987 from Dawkins.
Yes. But it's funny, I didn't realize that a lot of the cassettes I have are from this year. I have Hysteria, and I have Live in the Raw, and I have Dream Evil. It's pretty cool. I have a lot of this stuff. 87 was just a great year, I guess. So much good shit. Musically, just amping up, you know. A lot of the Teutonic thrash stuff. Had really good albums that year, and good hair metal shit. There's all around just heavy metal and
Dawkins,
metal.
I think, for a hair band was very dark. I don't really consider them a hair band.
I consider them just heavy metal.
Don wrote about heartbreak. He wasn't talking about fucking everybody, you know. So.
Excuse me. Fuck. I just consider them heavy metal, honestly. But yeah, I have Back for the Attack too on cassette. I mean, I got a bunch of those. I love that shit. Dawkins always been one of my favorite bands, and it's weird. A lot of people that listen to heavier stuff, or even listen to power metal or hair metal, any of that kind of stuff, they just never really heard Dawkins. I mean, everybody knows what, you know, Dream Warriors is usually, but a lot of people just aren't familiar with them, and I have to.
Yeah, Dream Warriors is like the worst song on that album too.
I know. It's like, you know.
Not that it's a bad song, but you know.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, I've never told you this, and nothing against Dawkins, but to me, I would rather listen to Benny Vincent Invasion, Love Kills off of Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Yeah.
I think it's a better song than Dream Warriors, but what do I know?
It's just one of those familiar songs, you know. It's not like it's good. It's just people.
What I'm saying though is like Love Kills is actually a really good Freddie song.
It is. Give me, you know, Kiss of Death all day long. Or any of that stuff. Well, it's a good song, but it's just, it's one that I don't get tired of hearing from around people that know it, but I don't just like put that song on. I just don't. you know. What I didn't know about Monster Squad, going back to the film, is that this came out on August 14th. So we're just about at its 33rd anniversary when it hits, 87. It'll be 33 years. But it came out August 14th. I didn't know it came out so soon to today, which is interesting. That's pretty cool. That's just something that I was reading around. Budget was $12 million and made $3.8 million at the box office, so it didn't, really hit at the box office. But of course, then it was just ruled as a critically it had terrible reviews and stuff, and a lot of people considered it a Goonies ripoff and all this. So one of those movies that, of course, now is a cult classic. It's not something that made a lot of money at the time, but if you look at all the other movies, which is part of why we do Altering the Future, is to show you stuff like that. I mean, the movies that it was up against, which I don't know what came out when, or what came out during this weekend. I could probably look that up, but you had things like Predator and Robocop and Princess Bride and Dirty Dancing and all this shit that was, a lot higher budget films, that had... This film didn't have the star power, which was a big deal then, You have Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone, and you had,
Frankenstein's wearing Kiss boots.
Yeah. And you had Schwarzenegger in Predator and Running Man, and, you had these stars that could lift these films, where this one didn't really have the star power, you had to rely more on...
I wanted to talk about that a second, actually.
You had to rely more on the fact that Shane Black wrote all these good films and had Lethal Weapon that same year. He made all his money doing Lethal Weapon, honestly. He didn't have to do this film. And then, Fred Dekker did Night of the Creeps, but, he's not going to carry him and make that much money on this film, when you had all the other stuff. So I'm going to look up what came out in August while the doctor tells us what he was going to say. I'm going to see what came out around this time, like actually this month.
Okay, so this guy was talking to me that listens to us, that I know, and he did not understand why I like the movie The Running Man.
The movie's fucking awesome.
Mainly why I liked it the best. Like, it's my favorite Schwarzenegger movie, period, other than the Conan movies.
It's really good.
Not huge on Terminator. Like, I like it. I don't dislike it. I enjoy them, and they're part of his body of work, but I'm not like, oh my god, Terminator, and I've never been that way about Predator either. And I just don't. I didn't like Predator when I saw it as a kid because they kill off everybody but him.
Yeah.
But Running Man, I don't know, man. It just works for me on every level.
It's really good. And it's violent. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun parts.
Stephen King was actually going to direct that movie, and he was busy with Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to, it was a 2-package deal, because those are both technically Lionsgate films.
Yeah.
Now they're owned by them, but at the time they were both TriStar. But the same as this movie. But what I was saying is which Lionsgate owns this movie too, technically. But where I was going with this is, initially they did, but I'm not sure about now. But yeah, he just couldn't get past it. And I don't dislike Predator, but I don't like Predator the way everybody else does. I never did.
Right.
I like Schwarzenegger, and I like him, but that's one of those movies that kind of got ruined for me by other people. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think the sequels to those movies suck.
There's no good sequel to it. There's not one.
The second movie is just awful, and
it's one movie. It's one movie that was kind of eclipsed by how many sequels came afterward, because that movie is really fun, and it's good, and I like it a lot. I like it a lot less as I get older, but I still really like it, But it's not something I can just watch all the time like I used to be able to. But it's definitely up there, and it's not even because of Arnold. I just like the movie. I like Alan Silvestri's score of it. I like all the, I love. Can't think of his fucking name now. Saved my life. God damn it, Action Jackson, Dylan.
No, look, it has nothing to do with the cast or the film. But like I said,
why can't I think of his name? Help me out here. Okay.
Carl Weathers?
Yes, Carl Weathers, thank you.
But
yeah, I love him in it, and, I find more reasons.
It's like, oh my god, it's like the best Schwarzenegger. I just don't see that.
No,
if you think about it, he's...
As much as I love it, that's nowhere near his best, and I would even attest to that, whereas I would definitely put Conan way before Predator. Because, again, I never saw it as an Arnold movie.
Oh, now listen to me. I'll be clear about this. Give me Terminator all day long, any of them over that.
Yeah, and Terminator's by far my favorite Arnold movie.
Here's the thing. He never reprised the role of Dutch, and that tells me something right there, too, that he was just kind of like,
Yeah, I think he was just thrown into it, because he did Running Man the same year. He was just cranking stuff out. But,
Now, I'm going to tell you a movie. A lot of people don't know this. I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't know. I'm going to tell you about a movie that was supposed to come out in 1991. He was supposed to start principal photography on this film in 90 when Total Recall was released. The film was going to be released summer of 91. James Cameron was originally the one that was going to reboot Planet of the Apes with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Holy shit.
There's a script out there floating around you guys can find. Now, this movie would later become, 10 years after that, in 2001, would later become the Mark Wahlberg picture that Tim Burton did.
I'm officially a little Eugene right here with the Spider-Man poster on his wall.
Yeah, that may be my room. But anyway, the Robotech jammies I had as well. But what I was going to say, though, is... oh, shit, we're going to have to do a little music here.
Alright, unmuting it. Fuck. There we go.
Making the silver bullets.
Yeah, this is cool fucking montage, man. I don't want this fucking to get pulled off the goddamn YouTube, so we'll keep the music off.
What's wrong?
So I don't want it to get pulled off of YouTube, so I'm going to keep the music off now, but very cool montage scene. By the way, we didn't even say, usually we're so used to Tubi. We are actually on Amazon Prime for this special. So if you guys have Amazon Prime Video, Monster Squad's on there along with a lot of other really good horror films, classic ones. A lot of the Halloweens are on here, Pumpkinhead, Friday the 13th, Child's Play.
My favorite scene of the movie is Frankenstein looking at his sister's tit.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so if you guys want to follow...
Davey, too. Davey's in this movie. She's a little dog.
If you guys want to follow along at home or however...
Eugene, aren't I? Eugene's got Daisy.
I don't know. It's definitely you. But if you want to follow along, you have to do it on Amazon Prime, unless this is on Tubi, which I'm not sure, to be honest. I've never seen it on there.
This is not on there.
But if you guys have the Blu-ray at home, which they need to make a better version of that, there's two versions floating around. One of them's okay print, the other one's not. I'm not sure which one's better than the other one. There's an anniversary edition.
The Lionsgate is better than the Hall of Films ones.
Is the Hall of Films ones the anniversary one?
No, that's the Lionsgate.
Okay, so that's one you guys look for. It's got a different kind of cover to it. Like, it's got like a illustrated cover to it.
The one is a piece of shit. It's bare bones and the print looks bad.
Olive Films just notoriously sucks anyway. Like, surprisingly, they put out that Dirty Work Blu-ray I have, and it actually looks really good. But that's
my Highlander 2 Blu-ray that they put out's really nice.
Yeah, but they're usually...
They also put out the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But I have to tell you, my favorite thing that Olive Films put out, it's a beautiful print. No special features, really, but the print is ungodly, and that's Thrashing, which is arguably one of my... It could be my favorite film ever made.
They have a Blu-ray of that?
Yeah, it's been out for a few years. You damn right. I've got that bad boy right here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it exists.
Because I've still never seen that movie. I thought because they just didn't have a Blu-ray.
No, there's a Blu-ray of it. It came out 2015, I think, when I bought that.
Wow.
It's out of print.
It's a film I still haven't seen, folks, that Doctor's obsessed with.
It really is just a great movie. And here's the thing. You know I love Robert Russler, right?
Yeah.
You will love him after watching that, but man, Josh Brolin is the shit in that movie. And his name's Corey Webster.
Yeah, Corey Webster. There's the Wolfman that's fucking
Man, this
raunchy.
werewolf transformation is legit.
I know, it's raunchy. It's the Stan Winston right there. Yeah, I think the Wolfman
Same crew that worked on Leviathan, Terminator,
Yep.
Terminator 2, all worked on this film. Jurassic Park, etc.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. The best of the best, folks.
Pumpkinhead. I know two of the guys that worked on Pumpkinhead were majorly over the makeup in this film.
Yeah. Which is badass. So yeah, guys, follow along on Amazon Prime Video this time around during our quarantine era of Phantasm. So we're not doing this on our normal Doctor's Vault selections. We're actually doing this from picks. He still has these movies, obviously, physically, but there's the fucking creature. I love him in this movie. He looks so badass. Yeah, we're having to do this, obviously, in our own homes and stream it for your listening pleasure. And also, we're here to celebrate the Doctor's birthday. And no guest, the Doctor is the guest, so like he always is.
Yeah, if I could have one birthday wish, I think it would be to do like what we were talking about earlier. Would have a chick that's like, gets her nails done, her cooter waxed, her fucking asshole bleached, waxed. She's also a masseuse and or chiropractor. That's the perfect woman.
Yeah.
And her family's loaded. Man, that's the best right there.
You can bust your balls and break your bones. So yeah. The ideal one, a lot of people want the female or male version of themselves. Me, I've kind of had that, and I didn't really care for it. I like things to myself. I never really noticed that until the last relationship I was in.
I just think to be the perfect woman, and maybe she shoots porn too. That would be hot.
Yeah, and I always felt like I just need another version of me, like they like metal and horror movies, and it's like, I would rather have a chick just be down with that stuff.
Honestly, it doesn't work. It works at a friendship level, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would rather have them be down for it. I'm kind of introducing them to new things, and like, wow, that was cool, or they were just like, I don't like that, and then I'll be like, oh, that's so cute, and deep down I'm like, good, because I like to have my shit. I like my stuff, I don't want them taking my shit, and it's cool to have. I'm not gonna tell you not to, or you shouldn't enjoy that. I want you to enjoy whatever you're gonna enjoy, but I'm not trying to mold somebody into me, and I don't want to date myself. I would rather date a polar opposite and just have them really just be themselves and me be myself. They don't have to be exactly like me, or they can generally...
Okay, so here's the thing. I've just decided this. So Eugene in this movie, I have his clothes in his room, but that's actually Yen's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just kind of skittish, but he's hanging out,
That's pretty funny.
And then, I guess, I'm going to say Corey Gorechrist is Dracula.
I'm Dracula?
Or are you one of the kids?
Well, if you're one of the kids, then I'm one of the kids. If you're Sean, I guess I'd be Patrick.
Yeah, and then of course Byron is the fat kid. He is.
Or Killer Coach is fat kid.
Oh my God, that's amazing. CW is the fat kid.
CW's fat kid. I'm Patrick and you're Sean.
That's actually really funny.
And wheelchair fucker's Eugene.
But I'm saying, look at Eugene. It's hilarious. It's totally wheelchair fucker. You don't think it's funny?
And we love you, Doug. We love you to death, but you're Frankenstein in this movie.
And he just ate shit.
And looking at wheelchair fucker's sister's titties.
No, we'll make Doug somebody cool. Doug's Rudy.
Okay. Doug, you are Rudy. I love fucking Frankenstein in this movie.
Oh, he's the shit.
I'm saying, well, Doug, if you listen to this, we'll leave this up to you. If you want to be Frankenstein, you're Frankenstein. If you're Rudy, we'll go with Rudy for now, though. You're Rudy, so you're one of the actual squad. You're with us. You got CW, fat kid.
It's perfect, I'm telling you.
It is really funny. I can't remember.
I love this. Kick him in the nards.
The famous.
Wolfman doesn't have nards. Kick him in the. Wolfman's got nards.
The famous line is from CW.
And there's Daisy too. Look, there's Daisy Diddle.
Daisy Diddle.
I can't believe she's in this. It's awesome. Actually, just for appropriate names, just to leave Daisy out of this, even though I love her to death, I hope she's okay. You know who that is? That's Jens. Since that's Jens's, or wheelchair fucker's animal, that's Leela.
Yeah. Only instead it's a dog instead of a cat.
Hey, it's Phantasm. We do what we want. It is. It's Leela.
Leela, no. Brah. This actually is really fucking creepy.
I always wanted to have sex with the brides of Dracula when I was little.
Yeah. Sure, you're fucking monster sack. I always wanted to go to Phil's, get you some fried shrimp malts, hamburgers, fries.
There's Doug being a rebel.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that.
You and Doug hanging out.
Yep, I'm on my cellular device. Fucking love Rudy though. He's awesome.
Yeah, that's totally wheelchair fucker.
Yeah.
I love that dog. That dog is the shit.
It's like a little Scooby butt, Scooby-Doo butt.
I love little dog butts. Dogs crack me up. They're cute. Speaking of which, if you guys ever watch ESPN early in the morning like I do if you're a sports fan, you got to see, I guess it's Bob Golick's Chinese dogs.
Little pug dogs.
Those dogs are fat and adorable. They just need hugs and food.
Yeah, they need lots of food. They need lots of food. They'll stare at you when they just ate their food and they want more. They're like, I want more food.
And every time I watch the camp, I can't laugh. That part kills me when he's like, get out of here, you little son of bitches.
They're like, I just want food, Daddy. I want food. Oh, hell yeah. You'll see W with the cross assist to the face.
God, I love that. I always forget about the little doggy in this. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's Eugene's dog. It's hilarious. Look.
This movie's just fun, you know.
I'm changing it. It's not Leela. It's Daisy Diddle.
Yeah, it's Daisy Diddle. Diddle, diddle, diddle.
God, I love this movie.
It's just fun the whole time. The pace is perfect to it, too. There's no real dull moment. Like I said...
This movie's not... It's really short, too, if you guys are watching. It's only like 83 minutes or something.
Yeah. And, like, you know, again...
There's no ads, so you just get to... There's no bullshit. bullshit.
If people want to compare it to the Goonies, if people really want to do that, this movie's 10 times better because the pace is better. And it's more about horror shit. And, you know, the Goonies is a lot more comedic and it's a little raunchier in a way. And, you know, it's got bigger names, you know, as far as the characters.
You got Feldman in there.
Yeah, and Sean Astin.
Look, I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it.
No, it's great. It's great.
If anything, this is a knockoff of it, but I really like this film.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you know, the other one's definitely got more of the big names. It's got more of the budget. It's got, you know, all that stuff. This one, to me, has always just stood out because I remember this movie all the way through because I just pay more attention to it because it's got a good pace to it. Whereas the Goonies is a little long. There's a lot of shit happens, and I forget a lot of that movie. Like, it's not... A lot of people I know probably can quote that movie, know exactly what happens all the way through, and they're huge fans of it. I just... If you're comparing the two, Monster Squad has always been something I can remember every scene of and be like,
the
yes.
The dog in this is awesome. I always forget how awesome the dog is along for the whole adventure. It's amazing.
Yeah, and the dog just fucked that mummy up, too. Just started pulling his fucking... his fucking wraps off. Which I always thought the mummy was super rad in this movie.
Yeah, it looks good.
Just badass. All that shit. It's fucking raunch butt. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. I don't know. I hate comparing stuff like that, even though it's easy to compare. But I'm always just like... If you're going to compare it, I can just say really quickly that this film, to me, is just a better movie. Just because it's just more fun. Yeah, it is. You need that.
You know what? I think having a hearse would actually be really cool. I used to fuck this chick that had a hearse in Florida.
It's really hot.
She was really cool. You know, she died. She actually died in that damn thing. She got hit on by a drunk driver and killed her.
Jesus. That's ironic.
I thought so, too.
Yeah. That's a really cool hearse, though. That's almost like a fucking Ecto. I mean, it's not, but it's pretty close.
But it's similar. Yeah, it's awesome.
It might be a newer version. It's most like, I don't know if it's a Cadillac or not. It's a 67 Cadillac.
I always thought this scene was just bizarre. That he would go through this much trouble to fucking blow up their fucking clubhouse. It's like, really? Dracula?
No, he was just a butt. That was just him being a straight butt. It's like, fuck you. Like, this is who you're fucking with. So he did. He drove all the way to their fucking house just to do that. He's a fucking buns hole. I always thought he looked great. He's got fucking dynamite or M80. I can't even tell what that is. Well.
And the black dude's dead.
Yep. Well, Stan Shaw, I believe. Or is he the detective? I don't remember. Might have been Stan Shaw. Anyway, now I really want that hearse. It's fucking badass looking. This is just really good. I would have your son. Oh, God. The indigestion settling in.
What did you eat?
Oh. I haven't had pasta.
We had a couple of burritos.
I did have a burrito for lunch last night at work.
You're like, let's get a couple of burritos.
Yeah, let's get a couple of burritos. God, pretty much. And then
I love it. It's like, we need to get out of here. Let's get a couple of burritos.
And then I ate some pasta, which I haven't eaten in a while. I'm feeling it.
You ate what?
Pasta.
Oh, I thought you said popcorn. I was like, that's a hell of a mixture.
No, popcorn.
Although a burrito and pasta sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, it is. I'm feeling it.
You're going to be taking a wicked shit later.
Yeah, as soon as this is over. Oh, there's another.
That's the only strip mall Burger King I've ever seen in my life.
I was going to say, there's another Burger King right there.
church and the Blob. That's what this feels like.
Fucking cross.
Another unsung horror great. I love the Kevin Dillon Blob movie, man.
It's really good. Which we did our first episode ever.
So fucking good.
It's our first episode. If you guys want to go and check that out, just go scroll down to the very first episode. It's called the
Blobcast.
The Blobcast. Which I used to come up with fun names for this stuff, and now I'm just I don't know if I'm just lazy is the word, but usually that was before we had guests on, so I didn't want to just be like...
Well, that's like this one. You came up with the West Squad. I think it's perfect. Did you hear Rudy there? It's amazing. He's just like, I'm in the goddamn club, right?
Yeah. But usually, I'll come up with names, but, since we started doing it with guests, I haven't really had a reason to give them fun little names, but I might for this one, since it's just a regular episode. It's a special. It's a birthday special. I am staying up past work to do this for the doctor, just to have fun.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's fun. This is a great movie, too.
We're at the end of the film here, folks. If you
Yeah. That's one thing about this movie I do remember a lot about, is that the ending kind of sneaks up, where it's just like, oh, it's already almost over. Because a lot happens in this movie.
It's like I was telling earlier, people knocking The Running Man. The Running Man has a great pace to it, and it's over.
Yeah. This one does the same thing. It's had a great pace, and then I remember this part with the,
These movies were meant to be seen on the big screen.
Yep.
They're fun, they're exciting, and then they're over.
Was it Sean's dad here, the cop? Once I remember him chasing Dracula now. When he gets to the town square and stuff, and this is really where it comes to an end. That's a pretty horrifying image, too. But, yeah, it ends fast, because this part kind of, I'm just like, yeah, it's almost over. It just comes out of nowhere, but you don't feel disappointed that it's almost over. It's like the movie's just a good pace, and it's ran its course, and Duke is thrown into a fucking...
That also has the longest
bunch
wig
of Adidas
on a dynamite piece ever.
Yeah, oof. Yeah, you gotta just explode into thin air. It's fucking... goddamn. A lot of people I'd like to do that to.
You call this episode Wolf Parts, Monster Parts.
Oof. Yeah, there you go. There's some gore. Gotta
Monster Parts.
bring you to the gore zone here, guys and gals. Since we don't have Mr. Skinless on this scene. But if you want to have a gore alert, if you go to about, an hour and 6 minutes and a little bit around there.
You gotta love this.
Yeah, that's raunchy too.
Body pieces regenerate itself. He's fucking
It's
Deadpool.
awesome. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, this, pace is good. It's not boring at all. It's really funny where it needs to be. It's wholehearted where it needs to be. And there's some gore in it, and there's some fantastic Stan Winston effects in this film, as usual. It just looks wonderful. Some of the best there is very underrated. You can hold this film. Doesn't really get talked about in the conversation with a lot of his other films, but it's there. The effects in this are great, and it's a huge creature feature. This film, with the Universal monsters in it, it's just cool. So that's just enough to want to watch this movie if you guys are thinking about checking it out. And maybe it's kind of weird. This is not really like a...
This is the werewolf. I still think he looks legit. A lot of these monsters look good.
Yeah, like the creature, from the Black Lagoon, you don't really see him much at all in the movie, but he looks fucking crazy. Actually, scary. It looks pretty rad. I think Frankenstein looks cool. And Dracula just looks badass. He looks just...
I love this right here where he kills the Wolfman, Rudy, because he's like, thank you, and then he dies.
Yeah, let's do it. It's Doug. Doug's doing the dead D-Dog. Boom.
Watch. love that. He's like, thank you, and he's dead.
Amazing.
Blue moon.
There he is. That fucking creature is fucking raunchy. Thing is fucking crazy looking. I fucking love it. Of course, the mummy
I
was
love that
killed.
dog. That dog is a shit.
The mummy was killed off pretty quick. But yeah, that's...
Look how cute that dog is. That dog is awesome.
It's like, meow. Yeah, the creature's a badass, I think. I think it's like, as far as the way they look, even, the creature looks fucking insane. That's gnarly. Fucking scary looking. Come on, Horace. Come on, wheelchair fucker. He's fucking freaking out. No, that's CW. CW's Horace. Wheelchair fucker's Rudy. Here somewhere. Or he's, losing all these kids' names now. So you're Sean, I'm Patrick. Horace is CW. Rudy is Rudy is D-Dogs.
Coach.
Eugene is wheelchair fucker. That's right.
Correct.
Rudy's D-Dobbs.
Which is hilarious.
It is funny. D-Dobbs, and here is Dracula. Oh, fuck. Appreciate you guys listening to us, and I hope that you join us in celebrating the birthday of Dr. West. Not just today, but always and forever, every day.
Well, thank you.
Celebrate his birthday, and if you don't, he knows where you live. And don't think that he doesn't. I may know where you live too, but I can just tell the doctor, and then he'll take care of the rest.
There we go.
Dracula is bitchin'. Of course, he's a descendant.
German dude just took it.
He's a descendant of Van
And
Helsing.
this I remember being the craziest scene in the movie.
Oh, fuck.
What he says to her.
I'm gonna unmute it again. If y'all can hear it. There's the scream that we talked about in the beginning. He's like... So that was the scream we were talking about.
Yep.
The first trivia thing I read off, which that was an actual scream because they weren't going to tell her when or whatever. There is Frankenstein, and dude gets staked.
He literally told him he was bogus.
Yep. He said bogus. And fucking staked his ass. Yeah, I think fucking Frankenstein's a shit.
The thing with Frankenstein is sad.
Yeah. It is, but you know, he fulfilled his purpose and saved her. That was like his only chance to really, you know. He was a good monster. He was a good friend. Now he has to go back to his little time portal thing. Along with that fence. There's Dracula being a buns hole again. Trying to take Sean with him.
Frankenstein saves the day again.
Just fucking with that cop's family the whole time. I love how that one of the brides of Dracula was actually on a stake, just like being dragged across the ground.
Now one of the cops flew in the hole too.
Yeah, good riddance. And there goes, yep, another stake. this time.
There's Van Helsing.
Yeah, Van Helsing comes out of nowhere, which is pretty badass, honestly. He's just like, I came out of the portal. He gives them a thumbs up.
The Fonzie thumbs up.
That's fucking hilarious. But you saw everything getting sucked in, but he comes out of the hole. He's been trapped there since he...
Oh no, there's the Dogie.
Yeah, the Dogie needs to stay in the Earth world there. Yeah, this part's... There goes the fucking pickup. Another fence. That effect right there with the truck going in reminded me of the fucking Evil Dead. That's what it looked like. It was very kind of... very cheesy looking, but
awesome is Tom Noonan loves this movie too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I think it's the cast has always been super. And
there goes Dr. West into the pit of abyss. No, that's not me.
No, it's not.
I'm over there safe with my friend.
Yeah, you're good. That's just Frankenstein, just chilling. I don't know who Frankenstein is. Can't really think of one.
He just Wizard of Oz did out of the portal. I think it'd been funny if that little girl got sucked in, and then Frankenstein was hopping her. I don't know.
Yeah. He's like,
That's disgusting, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Just come back with me in my
what was even funnier is if instead of Van Helsing, it was Ash that came out of the portal that pulled Dracula in.
That'd actually be kind of cool. Everyone's safe. There's just a turned over bench, and they're just going to rule this out as...
You know what? That woman was also in Die Hard.
Was she? Is that the wife?
No, she was a reporter that worked for...
Yep, you're right. No shit.
No, she was Gail Wallen. She was a news anchor at the station where the guy that plays Peck in Ghostbuster was working.
Right.
He's like, eat it, Harvey.
It was the army. A little too late. They'd be like, what happened here? Like, well, there's a portal. Okay, well, I think this whole town was just on LSD, so we're just going to go home now. But the reality is they saved their little town from Dracula. We'll put back on some audio here.
Jens Platukas and CW.
You know what movie was next?
With a special appearance from David Diddle.
You know what movie it suggested to play next?
Men at Work.
Yeah, it was Men at Work. It's fucking awesome. So yeah,
an algorithm on my money and heartbeat apparently.
Yeah, and we'll queue up the Tardy Brothers of Obituary to get to the final thoughts. Doctor, final thoughts. Or I'll give you the last word, I guess. Really, nothing I could say more than what I said throughout the whole movie. It's a lot of fucking fun, man. It really is. There's nothing more I'd recommend than this film. It's just, if you haven't seen it, definitely worth a watch. It's good. There's no other way to describe it. It's a fucking fantastic film. And stunts. One of the stunts, man. Dick Durock, baby. Fucking Swamp Thing is in this goddamn film. Amazing. Didn't know that.
That is awesome.
Dick Durock. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's another reason I like this. Swamp Thing is a stuntman in it. So yeah, great film. Highly, highly, highly recommended. And, in my opinion, top tier, top shelf. That's it. That's all I got. Dr. West.
I've loved that movie my whole life. I just ever since I saw it at the theater. It incorporated everything I love, which was pop culture, but mainly horror. But like Eugene's Room is a good example of where it's just, it's everything. It's everything I love. Comics and cartoons and fucking, you got the little doggy. It's just, it's the best. The monsters. It's everything. It's a great film. It stands its time too.
Yeah.
I think it's still relevant. I think it's the best thing he ever did. I don't know where people are getting off saying Night of the Creeps is. Night of the Creeps is not a bad film, but it's not this. I don't think it's even in the same. Because Night of the Creeps does not have a good flow to it either. You can tell that movie was butchered.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not talking for gore. It has no ending or beginning. It's just like, we go to the prom of man, kill people. It's just bad. And Robocop 3 is garbage. I mean, that movie is seriously, you should be really proud of that, I think. I think that movie's fantastic. I love it. I have no words about it. Like, I love that movie. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. And, one other thing I'll say before we finish up here is that this movie definitely has its, like, late 80s elements to it, but in another way to where it's not like The Goonies. I think The Goonies is definitely considered like an 80s film where it's like it represents that age, where this film isn't stuck in like the 80s. Like it could be like modernized if you wanted it to be, like, just if you think of it as something that happens now. It's not so dated and stuck in the 80s to where you couldn't really think that it was modern. You know what I mean? Like, you got the retro Burger King and the cell phones, and, you got the styles, of course, because that's when it was made, but it's not like... It seems like the Goonies and stuff like that was meant to be like, hey, this is what time we're in. Like, it... this doesn't seem like it was grounded to just the 80s when it was made, whereas I think the Goonies was totally meant to capture the time that it was being made, if that makes sense. Like all the fucking Pepsi nods and all that. That's all, really. But, yeah, I think it's fantastic and stands the test of time. And it's got a great soundtrack, too. It really does.
It's just a great movie, man. I'm hoping Vestron puts it out. I think they've got the rights to it still to put that out as a collector's edition. I guess we'll all just have to wait and see. I guess nobody's really sure what's going on with that, but they were supposed to put it out in the raid, so, but,
Yeah, hopefully eventually we'll get one of those, and, we'll see. But guys, gals, if you want to stream this anytime, Amazon Prime Video. Normally, if you guys have been following on our little quarantine editions here at Phantasm, we've been doing exclusively on the Tubi app because it's free and all that stuff, but me and the doctor are both Amazon Prime subscribers. So the doctor decided to check out some stuff on here. So we have to do the bullshit ads and we can find something else, So a lot of good stuff on Amazon Prime Video. So definitely check it out. If you have Amazon Prime and you subscribe to that with you guys are videophiles or whatever, and you collect Blu-rays and have CDs still shipped to your house within 2 days shipping from Amazon, you have Prime Video as well. So just download it, put in your shit, and you have Prime Video. So plenty of stuff on there. Well, thank you guys for listening. We hope you followed along with us and enjoyed Monster Squad. If you hadn't already seen it, if you love it and we just reminded you why you have, then awesome. Thanks for coming. Happy birthday to my dear friend, who I love very much, Dr. Vincent West. It's been a pleasure, sir.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you doing this, and I had fun watching it. It's weird we've never watched that. I guess we just kind of...
Yeah, I don't even think...
It was supposed to happen today, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even think me and you have just straight up watched it before. Just you and I, so... doing it in different places, but still in the same place, you know, kind of. How this all works right now in the world we live in, but we can still have fun and do these kinds of things, and if we just kind
of gotta work with what you have, you know?
Make compromises, and we're still with each other in spirit, and through crazy apps and technology and Monster Squad and things that bring us together. So, again, happy birthday to the Doctor. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in, and stay fucking gory.